This is a collection of photographs given to me by Mike Kennedy. Mike Kennedy's on the left side there, and Vic Vickers on the right hand side. This is taken at Fort Nelson at a Baily Bridge installation that was coordinated by Dean Barlow. A shot of Dean in the middle of the picture here, Vic Vickers on the right, and the balance of the crew in behind there. The bridge parts were ordered and delivered to Fort Nelson, apparently by Lobed. Very, very tedious operation to get all the parts ordered ahead of time to make sure the operation could go ahead. First off, you got to get a rope and a steel cable across the bridge piers so you can actually pull and guide the bridge as it's assembled and pushed out and pulled across the river. On the shore, the bridge is assembled part by part with cranes, truck cranes and other cranes. So the panels are all assembled one after the other. And they're assembled end to end until you have enough weight on the shore to keep the bridge from falling over as it's launched out towards the piers. There's a roller arrangement here that kind of guides the bridge as it's launched out towards the piers. There's a bit of a nose on the bridge that kind of goes out forward and guides it very carefully onto the first pier, onto the rollers. And as the bridge is pushed and pulled out onto the pier arrangement, the men watch very carefully to make sure that it's going straight in the direction they want it to, so that it winds up right onto the rollers perfectly on the first pier. Underneath the bridge here we have a transit level arrangement set up to watch to make sure the bridge is aimed properly and landing where it's supposed to go. There's a shot of the bridge where it's a ribbon on the first pier onto the rollers, and the bridge is more assembled bridge is put on the end, and it's coached out onto the first pier, then onto the second pier, more bridge assembled, and then the continued operation of pushing the bridge out farther and farther till it reaches the other side. Shot of Dean Barlow here watching the assembly of the bridge and making sure that everything's going fine to get a completed successful project. Here's a shot of the bridge after it reaches the first pier, and the nose is headed towards the second pier. The assembly continues and continues until the bridge is completely across the river. Here's a shot of Dean walking across the assembly there, making sure that everything's in place and that the job is completed properly and safely. After the operation is completed, the bridge is finished, then becomes a cleanup, where you clean up all the mess to make the environment people happy, so the site is left tidy. There's a final shot of Dean in the middle there, Vic Vickers on the right, and the balance of the crew. Once the job is completed, happy faces. Dean is very good at this type of operation, as he did it for years.